where the lights shine bright. Vegas, in the clear desert night. Vegas, where they can make you a star. Vegas, at the
NFR Extra is a weekly podcast that focuses on the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo and features icons that embody the rodeo and Western lifestyle.
Mentally, man, I was just, and I honestly think that with my wife being pregnant, it helped me just stay calm and focus on something bigger because I was more worried about her, than actually getting too stressed out about the finals going on. Tried to stay mentally focused on her and knowing that I had a kid to pay for in a couple of days. It made me want to win more.
He would get us to eat things if we came to Louisiana that we didn't know what they were. Is that same with the Martin family? Can you guys sneak some stuff in?
I promise you I could get you to eat a squirrel and you wouldn't know it and you like it.
Wags was talking about turtle, and I don't know that I'm...
A turtle too. I bet you'd eat it and you wouldn't know it.
Yeah,
like it.
He's big enough. I'll do whatever he says.
Hi, I'm Fred Whitfield, 8-time world champion, and this is NFR Extra.
So Tristan, I was going to start this call with like some cheesy Cajun fake accent thing, but if we're going to hear any Cajun accents, we want to hear the real deal. So we're just going to talk to you.
When did you start rodeoing?
I grew up with my arena out my front door. I'm a second generation. My dad rodeoed. They got involved with my great grandpa. He ran a feed store and a slaughterhouse back in the 80s. So that's where they started with him, riding horses and stuff. But, man, as long as I can remember, I was on the back of the horse or in the arena, My Uncle Casey had made the finals, and I had a couple aunts and uncles that roped and rode broncs and stuff. So, about as long as I can remember is when I started rodeoing.
When did you choose to just stick with steer wrestling when you went pro?
I would say probably my junior year of high school, I did good. My junior year is when Casey started really doing good. He had made the finals 5 or 6 times, and I love the steer wrestling and stuck out with it. And I just mainly focused from there on out just to stay steer wrestling.
So tell us more about your family. I mean, I know you come from a huge Louisiana Catholic family. So tell us a little bit more about how big the Martin clan is.
Man, most people do not believe it. I have guys come over and practice, and they're like, "Oh, this is every day." I'm like, "Yeah," because we have one arena. Every aunt and uncle lives on the same piece of property right there, a couple hundred acres, and then my house is actually 3 miles down the road. But there's 50-something grandkids, and they're
wow.
I'm the oldest. I'm 26, and I'm the oldest. So they are all running around playing football. I got to holler at the kids, get out the way, because they're running in the arena.
Get out the way.
Oh, yeah. Every day I go to practice, I got to clean the arena, clean up baseball bats, football, whatever, because they'll turn the lights on and just, play. But everybody's like, man, you don't ever get tired of your family being right there. And it's just, I grew up like that, so I don't know any difference. But man, no, it's awesome because I've got 40 or 50 little brothers and sisters is the way I look at it, because they were all that close.
What's the Christmas time feed bill on that?
What about Thanksgiving?
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we have Sunday dinner every week. My grandpa, he cooks at his house every week.
Okay, so since you guys are having dinner every Sunday, you have to have either different people cooking or some specialties that get pulled out. So give us some of your Cajun culinary favorites.
Honestly, every weekend my grandpa cooks the rice and gravy. Which is just pretty much a roast or whatever, put in the pot for a few hours. I got to be straight Louisiana right here and say I love crawfish because I do, but it's only seasonal, But my aunt will cook a jambalaya too for a side, which is just pretty much rice and meat, the same thing.
Now
but no, they'll all pitch in.
And he said that he would get us to eat things if we came to Louisiana that we didn't know what they were. Is that same with the Martin family? Can you guys sneak some stuff in?
I promise you, I could get you to eat a squirrel and you wouldn't know it and you like it.
Wags was talking about turtle, and I don't know that I'm
a turtle too. I bet you'd eat it and you wouldn't know it.
Yeah,
like it.
He's big enough. I'll do whatever he says.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, like most people, I got buddies up there in Kansas and stuff, and they duck hunt. They just give the ducks away. I'm like, man, that's like a delicacy back home.
Yeah.
You know how to cook it. It's really good.
When you're feeding 200 people, I mean, you got
to. Yeah, nothing goes to waste in our house.
I want to change gears and kind of looking at your career stats here for the steer wrestling side of it. In 17, you finished 137. 18, you made a big jump to 30.
Yeah.
And you went to 40, you lost a little speed, 47 and 20.
Yeah.
And 21, you finished number 5 in the world. So what switched there?
In 2017, I really made my mind up like, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make the finals, make a living at this, or I'm done. You know, because I was getting of age where I was about to be done college rodeoing. And then in 2018, I went on to win the college finals, and they gave me a good boost. And man, I just kind of, things weren't going my way the next couple of years, 19 and 20. 20, we had a big hurricane at the house, so like our whole place has got destroyed. So halfway through the season, I wasn't having a very good year anyway, so I just went home in like the middle of June. But I think it was a lot more or less of a learning curve. You know, if you look at the steer wrestling in general, most guys, with the exception of a couple, are almost 30 before they make it for the first time. You know, I don't know what it is.
This is true, actually. We were just looking as a team here at LVE office. I think Bridger is the youngest one right now that's made it to the finals, and he's 24 or 25 at this time.
Yep. And I think before that, it was Rowdy Perez. Rowdy was like 23 when he made them, you know, the first time.
So obviously we can hear the Denver airport in the background. We know you're traveling. How do you manage your schedule? I mean, what's a day in the life of Tristan Martin on the road like?
Man, sometimes you never want it to end. Like things are going so good and it's working out so smoothly, and other times you just want to be done. You know, you just want to find a bed and just turn your phone off and get away from everything and everybody. You know, but me personally, like, I can go for a month or so. You know, everybody, when you leave to go to Reno in the beginning of summer, everybody's so pumped and it's going to be a great year. Well, then come July 4th, I mean, you're wore out, you're ready to go home, you know, and even if you're winning, you're still broke, you know. The money just don't roll in. Like, I mean, especially with diesel at $6 a gallon.
Yeah.
So it's really, really stressful. But for me, the best thing for my sake is to go home. You know, just go get a reset and, you know, see my wife, my little boy, and spend time with my family, and just take my mind off of the everyday. I mean, like a job. I mean, if you work 30 days in a row, you're ready for a break. You know?
I like the 30 hours. That's 30-hour work month for me. That's about right.
Yeah.
How old's your little boy?
He is 8 months.
Oh, wow.
He was born the day we got home from Vegas last year.
No kidding. That's awesome. Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What a wild ride that was. So you left Las Vegas, drove home. Was she in labor as you were like pulling into the house? How did that all play out?
It was pretty crazy because we went to the doctor twice while we were in Vegas. We had got set up with one just to like check, you know, and she was actually having like mini contractions at one time, but they had stopped. So we left Vegas the next morning and drove straight home. And we got home. We got in Louisiana at 3 o'clock that afternoon, and she had him at 6.
Oh my God!
Wow!
Yeah.
Hats off to her.
Yeah, it was.
So you almost had a kid in some random hospital on the way home.
Yeah, I'm just glad it wasn't in the middle of New Mexico or something like that.
Oh my God!
Did you go with a family name or something? You didn't name him like Craps or Black.
Oh, you're gonna like this, Boudreaux.
Oh yes,
love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
In more than 3 decades in Vegas, 360 world champions have struck gold. None have won more titles than the 3 that make up the inaugural Vegas NFR Icons class. Banners for Trevor Brazile, Charmaine James, and Ty Murray will be permanently lifted to the rafters at the Thomas & Mack Center. And on December 1st, all 3 will be honored at a tribute luncheon at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. Get your tickets now. Go to nfrexperience.com/NFR Vegas Icons for details.
Right before you had your first child, tell us about the 10 days in Vegas, because obviously none of us have never competed in the Thomas & Mack. We've been there and watched it. But what goes through your mind as you prepare?
It was, obviously you prepare physically at home, but the mental part of it, I guess you could say like maybe I had a little bit of an advantage because I have been to Vegas. As far as a first timer, do you know what I mean? Sure. I've been 5 or 6 years with my uncle and stayed out there all 10 days. And then I actually ran the extras at the NFR in 2018. Mentally, man, I honestly think that with my wife being pregnant, it helped me just stay calm and focus on, something bigger, because I was more worried about her, than actually get too stressed out about the finals going on. I was trying to make sure she was okay and not get blinded by the lights. As far as even the party deal, a bunch of guys get caught up in the partying and all that. And I wasn't able to because we weren't able to go out. I took care of her and just tried to stay mentally focused on her. And knowing that I had a kid to pay for in a couple of days, it made me want to win more.
And diapers ain't cheap.
No, they're not.
So who is in your truck? Who do you travel with?
I travel with Hunter Cure, Tanner Bruner, and Ryan Nettle.
Solid truck.
And who hazes the most?
Actually, Ryan Nettle does. He's a rookie this year.
Oh.
But, and that's another thing I'd go back and say about my career. I think a lot of things changed when I got in the truck with Hunter. He has just helped me mentally more than anything, and I can't thank him enough for that. And Tanner, Tanner's made the finals a couple times. He's a great guy. And then Ryan Nettle, he's a rookie. He's second in the rookie standings. He's real close to getting his goal accomplished.
What has been your favorite rodeo this year, whether it's because of a big win or all 4 of you walked away with a check? What was that moment this year?
It's hard to say. And Fort Worth probably for me this year, just because it was right there at the beginning of the year, right coming off the NFR. It was actually the first rodeo that my little boy got to go to. And Fort Worth is pretty prestigious anyway.
So with that group of guys, do you guys have certain things that you do? Like one person does laundry, or this guy, is there little idiosyncrasies that we can know about or that you're allowed to tell?
I would like to say we're very organized and everything goes as planned all the time, but life's a lie. Nothing ever goes. So no, as far as okay, you're doing this, you're doing that. No, because man, it changes constantly. That's the thing about rodeo, and there's no schedule. Yep. The guys that play football or play baseball, they know when the season starts, where they're going to be, how they're going to do it. Plane might get delayed, you get turned out of this rodeo, you got to do this one, or truck breaks down, you can't go to this one. So no. We have 1 or 2 deals in the rig. Like if you win over 4,000 a week, you have to buy the other guys a steak dinner.
Ooh, okay, all right.
So it gives us a little motivation, to do good. But I'd say, we're all pretty easy going. As far as helping each other, if we're late to rodeo or whatever. Like Tanner, I walked up there the other day because I was visiting with somebody, and he had all the horses saddled, had mine saddled. We're a team. We're going to help each other out to reach our goals.
And everybody drives. There's nobody that won't pitch in or, kind of gets I'm a little nappish.
No, well, everybody pretty much drives. Okay. We take turns about that. I try not to drive as much so I don't have to.
So who has the aux cord the most then? Or the Bluetooth, I guess I should say now.
I would say the rookie, the kid, Nettle.
Okay.
Because I guess he keeps up with more of the generation, for the music. Hunter will get in his mood and he want to jam out some old school rock and roll. We're like, well, we don't know all that. We ain't 50 years old. So we don't know. We don't know those songs. But
trying to educate you kids.
yeah, me, I got a couple songs I listen to, but most of them I just put on the Pandora and let it shuffle, you know.
What station on Pandora are we listening to?
Well, you know, sometimes we'll put on hip hop, or most of the time it's like Cole Wetzel station or something like that.
Okay. Respectable.
Yeah. I tell you what's crazy, and we had this conversation with Wags earlier on this spring. The representation for Louisiana in the steer wrestling is strong. And that's, you know, we've seen that on the junior world finals level. The power is coming from Louisiana. What is the deal?
And it's the food that y'all don't eat in squirrels and stuff.
You gotta get that toto done enough.
Yeah. I don't really know, but it has been. Like, I think last year we had 5 guys at the finals from Louisiana, or 4, you know. But I just, you know, there used to be a man up there that used to do a bunch of schools. Tom Carney, he did some schools, helped a bunch of kids for a while. But then actually, me and Casey put on one now, and just trying to get the junior high kids to start, you know. Just to learn the basics, because Casey started on the junior high rodeos to watch as the boys started, and there'd be kids just, not even knowing how to do it. I think with the schools down there helping them get started, and just starting with the fundamentals, you know, they have somewhere to start. And if they want to progress at it, they can very easily, you know.
You have a unique sponsor with Community Coffee, and I'm jealous of that because I'm a morning cup of coffee. But we got some rapid fire questions for you. So, what's your favorite flavor?
I just found a new one. It's called the Founders Blend. It's a private reserve.
Okay, how many cups do you drink a day?
I drink 2 cups in the morning, and I usually don't drink anything else unless I'm driving or tired or whatever. But usually just 2 cups in the morning.
Okay, is it iced or hot?
It's most of the time it's hot.
Any creamer or sugar?
No, just black.
Okay.
Right. So that tells you it's really good coffee if he's just drinking it straight black.
You can drink it straight, yeah.
Men don't put anything in their coffee. They allow something sometimes, but that's black.
That's funny. And it's like, I never even knew there was another type of coffee growing up, you know. Just I thought there was only community coffee because that's all we ever drank at home, you know. That's all we ever had.
How did that partnership come about?
It's funny. We have a mutual friend that is friends with John Jackson, but so I had started the process of trying to maybe get on the team last year, and I think they just had to do budgets and all that stuff to wait for this year. And sure. I think they had some meetings and picked their team and wanted to keep it more Louisiana based and guys with the same goals, and, mentality, you know, faith, family, community. Sure. And I think they've done a good job. You know, it makes it a lot easier for guys like us to make a living with great sponsors like that behind us.
In Louisiana, they have actual coffee shops, and I can't for the life of me. Is it CC Coffee or something of that nature? Like, they have actual, drive-through coffee.
Yep, it's CC Coffee House. And that's funny because my mom has been on me. She's like, you've got to talk to them about opening one up in Sulphur where we live. We don't have one. So, Baton Rouge is where they're from, and my parents spend quite a bit of time over there. And my mom loves them. She's like, they are way better than Starbucks or anything else. And so, yeah, she's like, you've got to talk to them. She's like, you could even open it up and just get the franchise from them, and you could be sponsored by them and on their company. It's like,
and just with your family size alone, it'd be a banner year for the company.
Exactly. I'm like, if y'all all have to buy coffee from me every day.
Yeah, just don't give the younger grandkids coffee. You don't want those baseball and football games in the arena going until
3 a.m. Yeah,
exactly. And when I got home with them, they're like, you know, we want to give you coffee for you and your family. You know, I'm like, I don't think you know how big my family is.
Yeah, the care package might need to be a pallet.
Yeah.
You better send the truckload.
Yeah. A bunch of little dirt bags playing baseball and eating coffee grinds right out of the bag.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
Catching some turtles and squirrels for the meals.
You ever have coffee rub turtle?
Oh, it's funny.
Well, I tell you what, we really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, and we wish you the best of luck and safe travels to you, and keep knocking it down. And second NFR qualification, hope to see you at the Thomas and Mack.
Bring Bruder.
Yeah.
He'll be there, I promise you.
Yeah, we'll also need some squirrel and crawfish gumbo if you can.
Y'all gonna have to come down there and get that special.
Yeah, I don't want that in a Tupperware. Hey, I brought it for you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
How does that microwave?
Yeah. They throw the microwave away afterwards.
Yeah.
Those in the office that you're going to be like, that smells terrible. Like when someone microwaves Brussels sprouts.
Oh, God. Tristan, no more turtle in the microwave.
No more turtles.
All right. Safe travels through Denver, and we'll see you in Vegas.
Hey, thank y'all a bunch.
Adios.
Thank you.
Want to experience more of the NFR? Then visit NFRexperience.com, and we invite you to subscribe to NFR Extra on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and wherever you're listening right now. If you like what you've heard on NFR Extra, we would love it if you gave us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe.